Watch out for these 11 banks because every single one of them will waste your time, waste your inquiries, or flat out catfish you with their business credit products. And I can prove it because over the last 6 years, my team has called, applied to, and documented every one of these banks. Welcome back to the Credit with Colin channel, where we talk about how to leverage your credit to acquire maximum business funding. I'm an 8-year United States Marine Corps veteran, and I run a 20-plus person funding company. And just last month alone, we funded $5 million in approvals and submitted over 326 funding applications. And today, I'm giving you the full blacklist, every bank to avoid, exactly why, and where to go instead. This is going to save you months of wasted time and dozens of wasted hard inquiries. Links to work with my team to fix your credit or get 100K plus and 0% funding and deploy it into cash flowing assets like real estate are in the pinned comment and description. Now let's get into it. These first 4 banks are straight disqualifications, DQs. There's no angle, there's no workaround. No, maybe if you just do this. No, just avoid these banks right here for business credit. Bank number 1 is Discover. This one's very simple. Discover actually stopped offering business credit cards in 2026, period. There's nothing to apply for. If you see old YouTube videos telling you about the Discover business card, that information is outdated. The product no longer exists. And even back when they did offer business cards, it wasn't 0% interest. And even worse, it was one of the 4 cards that the business credit card reports to your personal credit report, kind of like Capital One, TD Bank, and so forth. Discover still has personal lending products, and their customer service is still not bad, but for business funding, they're done. Cross them off the list, write them off, and move on. Bank number 2 is Citibank. Citi does not offer a single 0% APR business card, not one. They only have 2 business cards, and they're like airline cards. So if you're building a business credit strategy and you specifically want 0% APR to deploy capital, Citi has nothing for you on the business side. Now, with that being said, their personal cards have very long 0% interest rates, but the business lineup is just lacking. A lot of people waste a hard inquiry applying for a Citi business card thinking they're going to get 0% interest introductory period, but they won't. So we've confirmed this repeatedly. Save your inquiry for a bank that actually offers low interest, 0% interest funding that you need. Now, bank number 3. This one's personal, is Capital One. Capital One has 3 problems that make them a non-starter for any business credit strategy, right? Number 1, they pull all 3 bureaus. You're going to get a hard pull on Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion for just 1 credit application for 3 inquiries. That's terrible. That's 3 times the damage to your credit profile for a single card with another bank. Most banks pull 1 credit bureau. Capital One pulls all 3. That alone should make you think, rethink even doing business with them. Problem number 2, they stopped offering 0% introductory APR on their business cards. The Spark Cash card used to have it, so you're going to get a triple bureau pull for a high interest credit card that's not 0 APR. Then problem number 3, their business cards report to the personal credit report. We see it all the time. We get new clients. We see on their credit report, Capital One business card on their personal credit report. So it just doesn't make sense. You're going to get 3 inquiries. It's not 0 APR. It's going to report and damage your personal credit. That is the opposite of getting business funding. Bank number 4, TD Bank. Now, this one specifically is for the business credit card. TD Bank's business card reports to your personal credit report. It's one of those 4 banks. That means that the account is going to show up on your personal credit report, and the utilization on that card is going to drop your personal scores, and it's going to count towards the Chase 524 rule. The entire point, again, of getting business credit for our clients and for anybody who's looking to leverage OPM is invisible utilization, credit utilization that doesn't show up on your personal report. TD Bank's business card eliminates that advantage of business credit entirely. So if the business card is going to act like a personal card on your report, there's no reason to get it over an actual personal card with better 0 APR and rewards and better terms, or a business card that doesn't report to personal. Now, however, this is important. TD Bank's BLOC is a completely different story. Their business line of credit is no docs at times and one of the cheapest interest rates on the market and actually worth pursuing. So don't write off TD Bank entirely. Just avoid the business credit card specifically because it reports to personal. Now, these next 4 banks, this is the tier that really gets under my skin because these banks, they say one thing, they're bankers, and then they deliver on something completely different, right? We speak with their bankers. They say it's no doc, but every single time, damn near, the underwriter asks for tax returns and full financials. Our team has been through the process with all of them multiple times, and this pattern has been very consistent. So bank number 5 is US Bank. US Bank has 2 major problems right now that we're seeing. Problem number 1, the business credit cards. US Bank is approving very low limits on their 0 APR business cards. That's the Platinum and the Triple Cash. We're talking 2K, 5K, 8K approvals, sometimes 11K. on these. And these are credit applications submitted through a relationship manager with a seasoned cash deposit in the checking account for weeks and a 760 plus prime credit profile. These should be landing 25K plus approvals, but we're getting not very useful 5K approvals. And that's a wasted inquiry and a wasted account for that limit that doesn't really move the needle. And here's the thing, US Bank is partnered with Elan Financial, and Elan is giving out dramatically better approvals with no bank account needed. Elan approves up to 3 cards with limits up to 38,000 each, right? 100 grand total when you combine all 3 apps, and they don't require a bank account with the institution that you're applying with. So the partner, Elan, is outperforming US Bank itself. So if you're going to play in the US Bank ecosystem, personally, I would recommend go through Elan instead, not directly with US Bank. And not only that, Elan is 0 APR for 18 months, while US Bank lowered their card from 18 to 15 to just 12 months. So if you'd like my team to run this Elan play for you, potentially get you 100 grand and 0 APR for 18 months, link is in a pinned comment to work with my team. Now, the other problem, number 2, the B-Lock, US bankers tell us all the time, 50K and below is no docs. That's what their bankers say. And every single time that we've applied, over 100 times in the last few years, our experience has been over 90% of the time, it requires tax returns. For 50K and below, even 25K, 90% of the time. And it gets worse too, because even on smaller B-Locks, like amounts 50,000, they put a UCC1. And a UCC1 is Uniform Commercial Code. It's a lien. It's a public filing that puts a claim on your business assets. And you would normally get that on huge lines, 100 grand plus, not a 25, 50K line. That filing shows up on your business credit report when you apply for other B-Locks, and it can make it harder to stack B-Locks. So we usually save UCCs for a huge approval like 100 grand plus. For 50K, it's just not very reasonable. Bank number 6, BMO Harris, It's a Canadian bank operating in the USA, and they are one of the most frustrating banks that we deal with. And it's because, kind of like US Bank, their bankers tell us all the time, no doc for 50K and below on the B-Lock. And in practice, again, we've gotten a few, but at 9 times out of 10, we're asked for tax returns, right? We've run this play dozens of times, and the relationship manager says no docs, and the underwriter says something else. It really feels like a bait and switch. Now, on the business credit card side, BMO used to do 0 APR for 15 months. They downgraded to just 9 months, so I'm not liking that. 12 months on the other card. They had 2 0 APR cards. That's a pretty significant downgrade from where they used to be, and it's not that competitive because a lot of other banks are offering 0% for 12 and even 18 months like Elan. And the worst part, we've applied for a ton of BMO credit cards, and they often ask for tax returns just for a business credit card. That's not standard at most banks. 9 out of 10 banks will not ask for any financials for a business credit card, right? So we're not digging that at all. BMO wants taxes just for a card. Put them on the list. Stay away. Bank number 7 is going to be M&T Bank. This used to be one of our go-to recommendations about 4 years ago in 2022. They had a 0 APR card for 12 months, and they were approving 35 to 50K limits. And their B-Lock was no doc all the way up to 100 grand. 50,000, we used to get it all the time. It was a really strong product lineup, but that is no longer the case. Ever since about 2024, M&T now requires tax returns for business credit cards of 5K or more, according to many of the bank conversations we had with bankers. Just for 5K, they want tax returns. So it's not really good for a starter business, and you're going to have to submit full docs, right, for any kind of B-Lock you apply with. So the days of 35K 0 APR cards from M&T are gone. Their business line of credit has gone the same direction. Like I said, what used to be no doc consistently, now consistently requires financials. We've tested this multiple times, and we even revisit. Every few months, we ring up M&T and see have things changed over there. But unfortunately, this is what we're seeing right now. This is a bank that went from a top recommendation to an avoid in under a year. And things change fast in the business funding space. And that's exactly why you need to be getting your information from a team that's actively testing these banks, not some YouTube guru or kid in his mom's basement, right? Bank number 8, Santander. My team, I'll tell you right now, they got a bone to pick with this bank because Santander is one of the most hated banks, I would say, from my team. And it's because their 0% business card is gone. They no longer offer it. So that's already one strike. But their B-Lock, their website used to say, and sometimes it might, I got to check, but no tax returns required for 500K and below, right? $500,000, no docs. Sounded incredible. But over the past few years, we have called Santander on a monthly basis, speaking with relationship managers every single time. They say it's going to be full docs, right? Or they say no docs, and then we apply, bait and switch, right? Tax returns, profit and loss statements, the works. So the banker's telling us one thing and the actual process, we're seeing something else. We're seeing full doc. So we hate this, right? We just wish they'd be a little bit more forthcoming. So be careful if you walk in a Santana branch expecting no doc experience. You might just be wasting your time, potentially burning a hard inquiry and getting denied for documents you can't produce. Now, these last three banks aren't total disasters. They each have one usable product or one redeeming quality, but they also have a major drawback that you need to know before you apply with them. Bank number 9 is going to be Regions Bank. They typically require a 6-month banking relationship before you could even apply for their lending products. We've been told this dozens of times when we call them. That means you need to open an account, wait half a year, and then you're finally eligible. Now, for most people building an active funding strategy, that timeline doesn't work. 6 months is a long time to wait for a single product. The positive side, Regions recently upgraded their 0 APR card from 6 months to 12, which is pretty neat. That's a significant improvement. We like 12 months at 0 APR. That's pretty competitive. The 6-month wait kind of kills the momentum though, right? If you're trying to stack different approvals and you got to wait 6 months, now they become kind of a bottleneck, right? You need to have the account open for 6 months. I will say, however, they are low doc. We've been told 3 months bank statement up to $250,000, 1 year return. We've even been told no doc for $150K below business term loan with Regions. Again, you got to have that 6-month seasoning relationship. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait on that. So make it a future play maybe, but understand the timeline before you factor it into your stacking strategy. Bank number 10, Huntington Bank. Their BLOC and all of their business lines of credit, term loans, etc., they're full docs. Tax returns, the whole package. Now, for a BLOC, that's not really a good starter bank, and they don't really offer no docs. Our clients don't like that. You're going to want to avoid it. But Huntington has 2 things going for it, so keep them on your radar. Number 1, their business card is 0% for 12 months on balance transfers. So if you're trying to restructure your expired 0 APR, which a lot of your clients do, you can move that over, right? So that's pretty useful. And number 2, they are the number 2 SBA lender in the entire country, right behind Live Oak Bank. So if you're looking to do an SBA loan for an acquisition, micro loans, Huntington Bank is one of the most experienced and active lenders in that space. And SBA loans are a different conversation entirely, but it's worth knowing that Huntington is a major player there. Bank number 11, Fifth Third Bank. Fifth Third has 0% card for 12 months. Pretty cool, but there's a catch. Kind of like Regions, they make you wait 3 months after opening a business checking account before you could apply even for the card or the BLOC. So it's another waiting game. And I will say this, their BLOC is pretty decent, but it is inconsistent. Very, very rare situations we've seen no doc for $100,000, $50,000, $20,000. Up to 100,000, but most of the time it's going to be low doc. It's going to be 1 year tax return for up to 100K. So there's no reliable pattern for that no doc, but it is very predictable if you're looking for a good low doc 1 year tax return business line of credit right there. All right, guys, that is the full blacklist, 11 banks. If you screenshot this table right now and save it, you'll have a quick reference. Every time you're about to apply somewhere, you'll know this is the naughty list to stay away from, or you could even come back to this video, guys. So I just told you who to avoid. Let me tell you where to focus, who's lending right now. If you're looking to get business funding, if you're looking for 0% interest with really long periods, high limit approvals right now, out of the 5 million we funded last month, the top players you want to be looking at is Chase, Wells Fargo, B of A, Amex, and Elan Financial. Those are the banks where our clients are consistently getting the best results. High limits, good terms, 0% for 12, 18 months, 7, 9 months on some of them like B of A, and single bureau polls, most importantly. For BLOCs, TD Bank's BLOC is no doc. It's totally worth pursuing. We get a couple approvals every month. Beyond that, the landscape is constantly shifting, and banks that were great 6 months ago, 12 months ago, sometimes they're bad today. That is the reality of the business funding space. It moves fast. And that's exactly why our team stays on the phones. We're not relying on banks' websites or what YouTubers say. We're tracking real results in real time, so our clients aren't walking into traps that other YouTube people don't even know exist. So if you're looking at this list and you're thinking, I don't want to figure this out by myself, right? I don't want to know what banks are going to catfish me, lie to me, etc. That's exactly what our team is for. We track every bank, every product, every policy change in real time. What a bank downgrades their 0% or starts asking for full docs before it ever even hits YouTube. When a bank starts requiring docs they didn't used to, we can catch it on the first application, and then we can redirect our SOPs and make sure all of our clients are going to the banks that are actually performing. We even have over a dozen no doc business line of credit banks right now that I can't share publicly on YouTube. Otherwise, everybody would jump on these and it would become full doc, right? So I got to keep that sauce to myself and for our internal clients. So if you want to work with my team to get 100K plus in funding, link is in a pinned comment and description below, or to fix your credit, we got you covered there too. Guys, do not be a mouth breather. I just shared a ton of sauce, so be sure to like and subscribe and show your boy some support. Drop a comment below, anything, even an emoji. Can I get an emoji? Or just ask me any question. I personally answer each and every one of the questions in the comments below. It's us versus the banks, guys. Let's stack this capital, and more importantly, let's turn into life-changing cash flow for our families. It's Credit with Colin, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.